Yankees starting lineup brought to you by Stop and Shop. Paul Goldschmidt is led off against all lefty starters. He's at first base. Cody Bellinger in left, Aaron Judge in right. Cleaning up the DH, Giancarlo Stanton, Jazz Chisholm Jr. at second, Trent Grisham at the center fielder will bat sixth. The bottom third of the order, shortstop Anthony Volpe, Austin Wells will catch, and Oswald Peraza will play third. Will Warren makes his first career start against the Braves. So Joey Wentz, 27 games with this one, 2-1, 6.32 ERA. You see his numbers. So let's check out the Nissan Pitchers Scatter Report.
Well, he's back where he started in 2016. He was a first-round pick by the Atlanta Braves, was eventually traded to Detroit, where he made his debut as a starter. This is an old new role. I talked about him being a starter. Well, the last couple of years with Pittsburgh and Minnesota, he has been a reliever, but this is his first start of the year. It's kind of 50-50 if they'll let him go more than 50 pitches, because that's the high for him this year. He threw that last Saturday against St. Louis out of relief. He went 3 innings and pitched very well. 6 strikeouts, no runs.
Now let's take a look at the defense behind him. It's brought to you by your Tri-State Chevy dealers. Profar in left. Michael Harris, who's +8 outs above average. That's the 3rd best in the National League. He's in center. Ronald Acuna with that great arm. He's in right. Alvarez, Allen, Albies, and Olsen 3rd to 1st. Sean Murphy behind the plate with Baldwin DHing. Joey Wentz on the mound.
There's that guy, Michael.
301 feet in the air. It's the longest throw without a bounce to a base in the last 5 years of any major league player. An amazing throw by Acuna. Caught Bebas sleeping, and after the game, Aaron Boone said that just can't happen. Yankees are 53-44. The Braves are 45-53. Goldschmidt hits so well against lefties, he's ready. Joey Wentz is ready. And let's do it here in Atlanta. First pitch is a strike. We're underway. The crew chief, Mark Wegner, is behind the plate. Shan Lievensbarger is at first. Bruce Dreckman at second. Nate Tomlinson is over third. Two quick strikes.
And one of the things that's happened for Joey Wentz is his fastball's been ticking up more and more. Part of that's because he's been in the bullpen, but a couple years ago he was only throwing 92. He'll get up to 96 now. And I would say that they call it a cutter. I call it a slider. It's probably his best pitch. Very good at throwing it down and in to right-handed hitters. So as a right-hander, you better make sure you get the ball up tonight.
Swing and a miss. Goldschmidt down on strikes. All right, Joe, it's time for the keys to the game, brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Well, it's payback. Early in the year when he was in Pittsburgh, he threw 3 1/3 innings against the Yankees, struck them out 5 times, got a win in an extra inning game. Do what you do. You've been killing lefties all year. You lead all of baseball with an .806 OPS. Judge and Goldschmidt have been on base, against lefties almost half the time. And make a clean handoff. Will Warren make a clean handoff to the back end of the bullpen. Get 6 innings, and you can turn it over to Hill, Weaver, and Williams.
Bellinger shows bunt and takes the strike, 0-1. Bellinger, a .368 hitter against left-handed pitching with a .400 on-base percentage. And he calls time. Since the beginning of May, Bellinger hitting .313 over 61 games. Struggled in April, hitting .204 the first month. Let's see what Mark Wegner behind the plate is all about with our scouting report. He's almost pinned, hitter friendly. 28th major league season, fewer outside strikes to righty batters, fewer low strikes. One and two. And Wentz deals. Right field. Acuna there. 2 outs. Game time weather presented by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees. It's 89 degrees, feels like 91. There's a slight chance of rain. Humidity 54%. The winds out of the west-southwest at 7 miles per hour.
I don't know what it feels like in the field, but it's pretty pleasant up here. We're pretty high,
bad.
and you get a pretty good breeze up here.
We're definitely closer to the sun.
Yes, we are. I don't like heights either, Michael. It's pretty high up here.
All the new ballparks were up pretty high. The strike to Judge starts it off 0-1.
I'll tell you what, Joey Wentz has done a really good job of getting ahead of hitters so far. With this fastball in there, a slider against Judge.
Judge has been on base 199 times this year. Next time he gets on base, he will be the fastest to 200 times on base since his teammate Paul Goldschmidt did it many years ago. 1-2.
Yeah, this is a good four-seamer that's up, and I talked about his velocity is up. Obviously, he's probably, like most pitchers, training to throw the ball harder, and it's really helped him out. And the Yankees have not had a lot of success off of him. As a team, they're only hitting 172 coming into tonight, 5 for 29.
Swing and a miss. Strong first inning for Joey Wentz as he strikes out Judge. The Yankees go down in order 1-2-3, and the Braves are coming to bat. Yankees go down in order in the top of the first. Now it's the Braves' turn against Will Warren. Their starting lineup brought to you by Stop and Shop. Profar in left, Olsen at first, Acuna Jr. is in right, hitting third. Cleaning up the DH, Drake Baldwin. Sean Murphy will catch. Ozzie Albies at second base, bat six. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Ignacio Nacho Alvarez Jr. Michael Harris the second in center, and Nick Allen the shortstop will bat ninth. Joey Wentz, you saw him making his first start this season. Will Warren, his 21st start, 6-5, 4.63 ERA, 112 strikeouts, 95 in the third innings pitched. Let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report.
Well, I think it's really important for him to start quicker. The first inning has been problematic for him with a 7.20 ERA. Yankees give up 3 in the first and never recovered yesterday. And we're going to see more curveballs against lefties. The numbers for the sweeper against lefties aren't nearly as good as the curveball, but the last month he went more sweeper, so we'll see what he does. He's been a really reliable resource, Michael. 2 or few runs in 13 of the 20 starts, and they're 11-9 in his starts.
1-0 on Profar. Since coming back from a suspension, hitting .288 with an .840 OPS. Came back on July 2nd, an 80-game suspension for PED. Usage overall .269, so he got suspended after 4 games after signing a 3-year contract with the Braves. Braves have won 4 of 6, and in that stretch they've scored over 6 runs a game. They've got some heavy lifting in front of them if they want to get back into a playoff spot in the National League, and that's what this town and this franchise is used to. Third base, Peraza makes the catch. 1 down. Take a look at the entire Yankee defense, brought to you by your Tri-State Chevy dealer. Since we just saw Peraza will start there, Volpe at short, Chisholm at second, and Goldschmidt over at first. In the outfield, will go left to right. Bellinger, Grisham, and Judge. Wells behind the plate with Stanton, the DH. So here's Matt Olson.
Playing in his 717th consecutive game.
15th longest streak all time.
Ties Ernie Banks.
Now, to put it into perspective, Ripken's record is 26-32. So Matt would have to play every game the rest of the year, then the next 11 years, and then 69 games in 2037 when he'll be 43 years old.
So
I think Ripken's safe.
You're not betting it's going to happen?
But one thing about the Braves, though, Joe, they don't do load management. They play everybody every day.
You know, Albies has started every game. I mean, Michael Harris had almost started every game, but Schnicker gave him a couple days off because he was struggling so bad. It's what they do. I mean, you look at their infielders year after year after year. It's 158 to 162 games.
And that's odd in today's baseball. Could be they have an old school manager.
I would say he's been in the organization 49 years, so I would say that's pretty old school. Raised a lot of these players in the minor leagues. Has been a third base coach here, a bullpen coach here.
And down goes Olson. And that'll bring up Ronald Acuna Jr. And we take a look at Verizon reliable performers. Well, he's been reliable when he's healthy. So since 2018, despite missing all that time, third in average, first in slugging, second in stolen bases, and ninth in WAR. Pretty amazing because he's missed a lot of time with the 2 knee injuries. And there's a strike.
And one of the things that you talk about is 5-tool players. There aren't a whole lot of them. He happens to be one of them when you look at his range, his arm, his power, his speed, and he hits for average. I mean, he does everything.
You know, so much was made of that throw, and I was talking to a coach who shall remain nameless, and he said, unbelievable throw, right? I said, yeah, he threw to the wrong base. He should have thrown to second. The play there is at second to keep the guy from first tagging. But it worked out.
Sometimes when you have a great arm, you try to do more than you're actually capable. He was actually capable last night. But I have in my report, he'll overthrow the cutoff guy. So if you're the trail runner a lot of times, you need to be ready to go take that extra base because he will take his chances.
1-2. Fouled away. So here's the throw, and he caught it so deep. This is 301 feet, Joe. And like the pitchers say, it's easy gas.
Okay, so he's at the... Well, there's strike 3, so we'll get back to it.
He goes down, swinging. Good first inning for Will Warren, who sometimes struggles in the first. We go to the second. Every out-of-market game live or on demand, plus stream MLB Network 24/7 for the entire season. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Now we have a moment. What were you saying toward the end, Joe? You said we'll get back to it.
I think it was a little bit farther than 301.
Really?
I do. I think it was like 305. I think they cut him a couple feet short. Because I'm looking at the line, it's 325, and I think he was closer than 24 feet to the plate. Whatever it was a good throw. But the third baseman is in front of third base a little bit.
Now, it's interesting. A lot of Yankee fans on social media after the game, why wasn't Vivas punished? And Boone was asked that before the game, say straight out, why don't you take him out of the game? He said, because it wasn't a lack of hustle. He said it was a bad baseball play, which he can't make again. And if he continues to make those kind of plays, then you take him out. That is not a time where I'm going to take a guy out of the game.
You know, a lot of times people consider things to be a lack of hustle, but sometimes it's a bad read.
Yep.
Or it's just a bad decision that you make. What do we got going on here?
He's talking to each dugout.
No violation. Maybe some pitch comm issues, and the clock ran out.
And he just held up both fists, so it's nothing. No pitch. Now, the word is they don't use pitch comm unless there's a guy on second base, but they're using it there.
Yeah, look how deep Nacho is. I mean, he's used to playing short or second. That ball that Stanton hit to him was almost 116 miles per hour. You think he's thinking, man, I'm getting as far away as possible? I'm not used to that. You don't see a lot of balls hit 116 in the minor leagues.
We're up here.
Let's hope not, because we're not quick enough to get out of the way.
There's a base hit to right field. Stanton with a leadoff single here in the second.
Well, he continues to swing the bat really well after these first 10 games, which I considered almost like his spring training. And what I like is his approach. I mean, he's not afraid to go to the opposite field if it's out there. And he's been doing a lot of damage on that side of the field, too.
Here's Jazz Chisholm Jr. So he was hitless in the last game of the first half, hitless yesterday. His first back-to-back games without getting a hit since June 7th and 8th against the Red Sox. This could be two. There's one. And there's two.
Yeah, Taylor made double play ball there right at Albies, who gives a good feed to Allen, and it's hit extremely hard, and there's not much you can do. You ask your hitter to hit the ball hard, and he just didn't get any air under it, and it ends up being a double play. Joey Wentz is not really a ground ball pitcher. He's below league average by about 6%. You know, you talked about they are using pitch comm, which yesterday they didn't. And Strider's been in this organization the last 4 or 5 years, last 3 in the big leagues, and got used to doing it that way. But Joey Wentz is probably being in Minnesota and Pittsburgh. They always used it, and that's what he was accustomed to. So the pitcher always wins out. You do what they're comfortable with.
Right. This is the third team this season for Wentz. Started with the Pirates, then Minnesota, and now the Braves. High pop-up, shallow center. And Allen goes a long way to make the play for the final out. 9 pitches, 3 outs. We go to the bottom of the second. Well, it's time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Now, tonight's pictures of Lauren and Draven, who traveled from Florida to be here at Truist Park for the games last night and again tonight. Good job. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride. Mention yes in pictures post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. How long a drive is that, Joe?
Well, depending on where you're coming from in Tampa or in Florida. I mean,
right.
From Tampa, it's probably about 6 hours, I would guess.
1-0 to Drake Baldwin.
This has been a pretty good combination for the Atlanta Braves when you look at Baldwin and Murphy. Baldwin caught last night. Murphy's catching tonight. I think Murphy's a little bit better defensively, but offensively, second in baseball in home runs, fourth in RBIs. I mean, and for a young man, a rookie hitting fourth in the lineup, that's not easy to do. You got to have a lot of poise to do that, not try to do too much.
Yeah, the combination of the two catchers, 24 home runs and 61 ribbies. And we'll take a look at that with leaders, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. An OPS of 835, which is third. And the combination has a 3.3 WAR, which is fourth.
The reason they're probably not first in some of these categories is all Cal Raleigh.
Yep.
He's doing it by himself out in Seattle.
And Baldwin works a walk, so that's the first base runner for the Braves. Now, for all of our viewers, Joe is not doing his imitation of Peter Brady with the voice cracking. He's playing under the weather right now.
Yeah, I mean,
with a cold, you were great yesterday.
Yeah, I was okay yesterday. I felt it coming on, but here it is. I got that dreaded drip.
That's me, and then there's your cold. Well, feel better. Sean Murphy takes outside, 1-0. So Stanton talking pitching with Max Fried.
He used to have a great arm. I bet back in the day he probably could have neared 100 on the slab. Is it you who doesn't like that word? Or
I don't like towing the slab.
You don't like that?
Yeah. But, you know, I can get over it. You know?
Yeah.
I just won't say it.
Yeah, it's the mound, right? You're the pitcher's mound.
And rubber, yeah. It's the mound. You're on the mound. I don't like the bump, and I don't like the hill. I like the mound. Let's see if the Yankees can turn two. There's one. And there's two to double up Murphy.
You like that, though?
Well, the guy on the slab does.
Yeah, he does. That's right. A couple 4-6-3s this inning. One for the Braves and now one for the Yankees, and you get out of the lineup. And that's that sinker running in. He'll throw that four-seamer up to some right-handed hitters or left-handers. He's got that ball that has some good run into righties, and he can get in on them. And he did there.
Albies fouls back. Yankees know that the Blue Jays won again against the Giants this afternoon. So if the Yankees don't win this game, they'll find themselves 4 games out of first place. Remember, they have a 3-game set with Toronto coming up in Toronto on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights.
It's a tough place to play too, and they're really good this year, and they've been playing exceptionally well. Some young players that are playing really well, but you got to take care of these games first. And I think one of the reason the Braves are where they are is offensively they have not hit like they have in the past. I mean, they're way down when it comes to runs per game. A couple years ago they hit over 300 home runs in the season. They're only on pace to hit about 178. They're 12th in the National League in runs scored. Part of the reason is Ozzie Albies. I mean, this is, I know he had a big day yesterday. This is a guy that had 2 years of 30 home runs and 100 RBIs. He had some big years.
That was a very strange swing by Albies as he goes down on strikes. 3rd strikeout for Will Warren. We played 2 in Atlanta. 0-0. All right, we go to the 3rd inning. A lot of Yankee fans here at Truist Park, and it's a 0-0 game with the bottom 3rd of the order, starting with Anthony Volpe against Joey Wentz. Montefiore Einstein scoreboard. Yankees have a hit. The Braves do not, and Volpe takes a strike. Wentz with just 22 pitches. Last time he went 50, so everybody assumes he's going to give them 3 innings, but if he continues to be economical, he might give them 4, he might give them 5.
Yeah, because I'm sure Brian Snitker doesn't want to blow through his bullpen, but they did acquire Dade Dunning, who could give them 50-plus pitches to a right-hander, so it kind of flips it on the Yankees.
One and one. Anthony, 3 hits in his last 21 at bats. Got robbed of an extra base hit, a beautiful play by Harris early in yesterday's game.
I remember I talked about yesterday when it seems like you're struggling, you're always 0-2 and 1-2. And you look at the first strike that was called on him, and it was off the plate inside, and it's like, can I just catch a break? Can I get in a good count to hit? Because here's the thing, he's really struggling, but he doesn't necessarily chase a lot. I mean, he's pretty substantially below league average when it comes to chasing pitches. So you would think that you would have pretty good numbers when you're swinging at strikes.
Grounded foul. Well, he's been in an extended slump. Now, the last 28 games, so that's over a sixth of the season. Anthony's hitting just 121. I see what he did in the first 68, 249. 10 homers, 49 ribbies. Shortstop, Allen gets Volpe. Now, why don't we take a look at Joey Wentz's arsenal, brought to us by StatCast 3D and Google Cloud.
Okay, he's got a four-seamer. He throws a lot in the cutter, too, and he's increased the usage of the cutter with the Braves. Occasional curveball and occasional changeup. But that cutter, Michael, I'm going to call it a slider because it's got more break than a cutter. And he's really good at throwing it on the third base side down in the zone.
Last Saturday, he did not give up a hit in 3 innings against St. Louis. 6 strikeouts and 1 walk. So he has 2 strikeouts and 2 1/3 innings tonight. "27 years old. He's from Kansas City. 4th big league season.
What do you think about these throwback units?
I like him.
I feel like Dale Murphy's coming up to hit.
High fly ball, right field. Acuna Jr. puts it away. I think the only thing that's different from the old uniforms is this says the A. It used to just have A for Atlanta, but on this uniform it says the A. You like it? Has kind of a softball-y feel.
I do. Yeah. I do.
So here's Peraza. Since getting a share of the third base job, 2 for 22. No extra base hits for Oswalt.
You know, Nick Allen, the shortstop, who's been brilliant, 16 outs above average, leads all baseball, only 3 errors, made 1 yesterday. He pulled a card out of his pocket where to play. It was almost like maybe he doesn't see so well. It looks so big to me. Usually those cards are pretty small. But he pulled, that card was pretty big. I mean, I don't know why you'd have it so small.
Joe, what does the card say? Does it say Peraza, play to your right? I mean, it's just spelled out.
Yeah, it'll have a head probably behind in the count where to play, maybe 2 steps off, like what they consider straight up, you know, 2 steps to your left, 2 steps to your right.
Every player.
Every player, yeah. And it changes with pitchers, too. You know, whether he's right-handed or left-handed.
Well, I would think the print would have to be really small.
Yeah, but a lot of times what you'll see is when the manager or the manager makes a pitching change, he'll bring out new cards, and he'll take the old cards with him. See, that's a big card he's got in there.
Well, see if the card was right. Looks like it was. Yankees go down in order, 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Nothing, right here on Yes. retailers. Learn more at genesis.com. And by the New York Lottery. Get out there and play. Pretty
a lot
good
of
pitchers,
wins,
huh?
A lot of wins right there. That was some kind of matchup in Game 5, wasn't it? Andy Pettit and John Smoltz, a little 1-0 for Andy Pettit. Redeemed himself after the tough start in Game 1.
Bottom of the third, Montefiore Einstein, 0-0. And it's the bottom third of the Braves order against Will Warren.
I think this is your new favorite name right here.
Nacho?
Yeah, Nacho Alvarez.
It's close.
Yeah. Number 3 prospect for the Atlanta Braves, kind of forced into duty here with Austin Riley hurting his rib cage. But interesting enough, he was hurt in the minor leagues and only had 54 at bats. So I'm not really sure how prepared he was for this. And that's some kind of sweeper right there, Mike. Righties don't have much success off of that pitch.
Well, going into last season, Alvarez was ranked 98th on Baseball America's top 100 prospect list. Not the Braves, but all of baseball. He's 22 years old. And he made a great catch going up against the screen yesterday in the 9th inning. And Spencer Strider, who was not in the game at that point, he said it was a very selfless and athletic play.
Yeah, I mean, he ran into the tarp and fell on the concrete, his rib cage.
And Aaron Boone was asked why he actually challenged that. And he said somebody in the dugout thought it might have been trapped. He said, and we could not see it on a replay in time, so since it was the 9th inning, we took a shot. Alvarez down on strikes. 4th strikeout for Warren.
Yeah, the 4-seamer, it has a lot of value. It's a pitching run value of 12, which is really high for a 4-seamer, for a guy that doesn't just strictly throw a 4-seamer. So I've been impressed with it. And it also has carry when it's down, and I think hitters see it maybe as a sinker and lay off it. He gets some strikes called.
Harris hits one deep to center field. Grisham back, still back. See ya. Wow, that kept going. 7th home run, and the Braves are up 1-0.
Well, it has been a tough season for Michael Harris so far, but it's the second half and things can turn around. And this is a guy a few years ago had a +5 WAR, and you're going to look at this breaking ball and he hangs it, doesn't get it where he wants. Michael Harris is a very aggressive hitter. Shows you the type of power that he has. He's just been chasing so much, he's been getting himself out. But he swung in a strike here and hit that ball a long ways.
Nick Allen tries to bunt and misses. Well, Harris's last home run was June 13th at Milwaukee. Harris is, it's hard to figure him out. Ground ball, Chisholm gets Allen. Get this, Joe. So, in his last 4 seasons, he had 297, 293, 264, and now 211.
Yeah, he's just really fallen off. And they sat him for a couple days to try to get him right. And have talked about there's just been so much chase and so aggressive where he's gotten out of what he usually does. I mean, this was a guy that was 2nd in Rookie of the Year, 22.
Profar flies out to Bellinger, and that'll do it. But the Braves are on the board on the Harris home run. We go to the 4th, 1-0 Atlanta. Our afternoon on Yes. Watch the Yankees and the Braves wrap up this 3-game set right here at Truist Park in Atlanta. Coverage begins at 12:30 with Abbey batting practice in the pregame, with first pitch scheduled for 1:35 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Well, the Braves have a 1-0 lead on the Harris home run. And they were hoping to get 3 innings out of Wentz, but, you know, managers get greedy. Here he is for the 4th.
Hopefully it doesn't work so well.
He faced a minimum 9 batters. He did give up a hit. Stanton got a single, quickly raced on a double play ground ball by Chisholm. So as we go to the 4th, top of the order again.
I got my Braves mixed up, Michael, and I appreciate you correcting. Michael Harris was rookie of the year. Spencer Strider was second.
That was in 2022. 0-2. Goldschmidt struck out in the first inning and now quickly down 0-2 against Wentz. He's a .402 hitter against lefties this year.
Coming into this game, he was leading all hitters with 80 plate appearances with on-base percentage against lefties at .486, 1 point ahead of Aaron Judge. Tell you what, it's a long time to go without playing 5 days for a guy that's used to playing every day. And I've been impressed with him in the leadoff spot, because a lot of times when you ask a guy to do something he's never done, they try to become something they're not. And I feel like he's remained the same hitter and hasn't changed what he does, his approach.
So through May, he was hitting .338 with a high OPS. Then in June, it was a rough month, but in July, he's bounced back. .325 with an .841 OPS. The other way. And foul. This is such a vague term, Joe, but maybe you would know what I'm trying to get across. You see Goldschmidt, the way he plays, the way he is in the clubhouse, pro. Just a pro.
He's a pro. He knows how to handle every situation that he's put in. If you ask him to move in the lineup, okay, I'll do it. If you want him to do something, you know, be a leader in the clubhouse, I can do that. I mean, he's very professional about the way he goes his work. He's always prepared, always ready to go. And it's a player that you never worry about. You just, because you feel like whatever situations he's in, whether it's April, May, where he's going well, he's not going to rest on his laurels. June, where he's not going well, he's going to figure it out.
Up the middle, and a base hit for Goldschmidt.
And he's figured it out in July, where he's having a very good July again. It was interesting. There were about 7 or 8 Yankee hitters that had a bad June. It was the month that a lot of them struggled. And this is just a good piece of hit, not trying to do too much, not trying to get his, people a lot of times call their A swing. He's trying to put it in play. Ends up with a base hit with a very good lefty behind him and some very dangerous right-handed hitters behind Belly.
So here is Bellinger. Fly ball right in the first. Goldschmidt has 5 stolen bases. Pitch outside.
And that's amazing to me. He's 5 for 6 at 37 years old. I mean, how many players do we see at 37 still running?
The only one I can remember is O'Neill.
Yeah.
His last year, he had 20 stolen bases.
Was there a certain number that he wanted to get to that year? Like a milestone?
I don't think it was that. I mean, he just, you know, he read pitchers well. He wasn't blindingly fast.
He didn't slide well, though.
No.
Terrible. Terrible. Maybe the worst I ever saw.
And you know what? He is one of the guys who just hates when people slide head first. And he wasn't a great slider. He said, so many things can go wrong when you slide.
I agree. I think you're asking to hurt your fingers or your shoulders. I hated it too. We used to get on Bernie. He would slide headfirst into first base. We're like, Bernie, what are you doing? You know, your shoulders are important. You're a switch hitter that's powerful. We need you healthy. But it becomes an instinct for a player, and it's hard to stop it.
He would nod and put on his headphones and play guitar.
That's right.
Good at bat for Bellinger.
You know what one of my fondest memories of Bernie was in the old clubhouse. We had the TV room. And then he would have to walk out of the TV room where he'd usually eat and then take a little nap. and go to the training room where he would leave a trail of clothes, like a sock here, a sock there, as he was getting ready to get in the hot tub.
Let's see if they turn two. There's one. They do not turn two.
And
so
you always knew
5-6 force.
And you always knew where Bernie was because there was the trail.
Little breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
Here's a slide. I don't think in a slide.
Yeah, this is not pretty. He was safe. I'm not sure, like, what that is. It's a feet first, turn it into a head first. But it was a pretty good hook slide, and he's lucky he didn't hurt his shoulder. And that's how Paul played. He gave everything he had every time he was out there.
Now, I think he said this on the air. If not, he has told me privately. If the Yankees won that game, he probably could not have played in the next series because he did hurt his shoulder.
Yeah.
But he would have tried.
Oh, he definitely would have tried.
1-1 on Judge.
Paul did not like sitting out. Joe Torre would offer him a day off, telling him it's probably a good day to take off, and he'd go in Joe's office and argue, and he would play, and then he would go for 4, and he'd be mad. I'm like, he tried.
Two and one on Judge. Judge struck out in the first. This will be the 50th pitch for Wentz. Right back to Wentz. He'll take the out at first. Moving to second is Bellinger. Yankees get their first runner in scoring position. Runner at second, 2 outs, and Stanton coming up. What would you do here, Joe? Would you walk him and pitch the chase?
He would have to chase here.
Okay.
He would have to chase for me. And sometimes, you know, it's hard to pitch around a guy. Greg Maddux always talked about if you're going to pitch around a guy, you do it with your fastball, something you have the most control over. But it's so early in the game that give him a chance to get him out.
But the interesting thing, it's not early in the game for Wentz. He's probably on his last couple of pitches.
I would agree. I mean, his high mark has been 3 innings and 50 pitches, and he's there, and it's a hot night. He's probably given him more than they thought. Interesting enough, they don't have anyone up in their bullpen.
2-0.
At least from what I can see. It's a long ways out there.
Yep, no one.
Crickets.
Well, they want him to chase, Joe.
Yeah, they want it. And he is really good at throwing his breaking ball down in the zone. And I think Stanton looked over at the bench to say, are you going to walk me? And that's exactly what they decided to do.
So that goes down as an intentional walk, and it saves 1 pitch for Wentz.
Remember, I talked about yesterday the importance of the people in front of Aaron Judge? Because how many people can you realistically put behind Aaron Judge that's going to protect him and be better? It's the guys in front, and because there was an open base at first, it allowed Snitker to do that when he got behind to walk him. Had Belly been on first, I don't think he would have done it.
So with 2 outs and runners in scoring position, Chisholm hitting .211, and they're meeting on the mound to talk that over.
I mean, this is the first time that Murphy's caught Joey Wentz. So everything's new and what you like to do in certain situations, and it's a good trip to the mound because it's an important part of the game.
Braves lead 1-0 on the Harris home run. First and second, 2 outs. And a strike. So for the season, hitting .230 and 74 bats with runners in scoring position. He does have 43 runs batted in. Bellinger with really good speed at second, and then you've got Stanton over at first, 2 men out. And now Wanda Suero begins the throw. 1-2.
And this is what I saw in watching him, you know, against the Cardinals. He does not make mistakes with his slider up in the zone. He'll throw some heaters up in the zone. Like there's one, the first strike on Jazz was right at the bottom. That one was actually below the zone. He's got that dialed in pretty good.
One, two. Two balls, two strikes, two outs, two on. Top of the fourth. Chop to first. Olsen will beat Chisholm to the bag, and that'll do it. No runs a hit, and 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Starting August 9th, Rib, Bash, Oscar, and the gang are back for a new season of the hit animated series Bronx Buds, presented by Hexclad. Catch all new adventures around the Big Apple and get ready to see some familiar faces along the way. Streaming exclusively starting August 9th on the Gotham Sports app. I will be making an appearance.
You're my Bronx Bud.
Yes, I am, and I'm their Bronx Bud, too. I wonder if they have enough ink to draw me as a cartoon in my head.
Oh, plenty ink.
Olsen right back to Warren. One down. I can't wait to see that episode. So here is Ronald Acuna Jr. 27 years old. Three-time Silver Slugger, 2018 Rookie of the Year. He beat out Juan Soto and Walker Buehler.
That's a pretty good crop right there.
That's not too bad. And the Braves have him for an inexpensive number. He's in the 7th season of an 8-year, $100 million extension. And they have options for 27 and 28 as well. Cooking up something special with Hexclad. Join the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com. So this season, Judge leads the majors with OPS, and Acuna is second. So you can see he has some colorful accessories. He said he likes doing that. to show some personality without disrespecting opponents.
Okay, why would that? Are you saying you can be colorful and disrespect opponents by maybe some of your actions?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So he's showing personality with the color splash.
I actually think the yellow looks pretty good with the blue.
It does.
Yeah. I think he's representing his home country of Venezuela as well. Kind of looks like he plays for the LA Rams. He's got shin guards everywhere. Look,
almost like, you know, almost catcher's gear.
Yeah.
Doesn't slow him down when he's running, though.
Yeah, it would, Michael, if they were connected.
Yeah.
But because they're not connected, it doesn't really slow him down. He's obviously hit himself off that knee a couple times, doesn't want to do it anymore. He's had enough problems.
Swing and a miss. He's down on strikes. Fifth strikeout.
Good fastball off the plate. I mean, he's dangerous. I've talked about if you throw it over the plate, he can do a lot of damage, but at times he has problem with the fastball up in the zone. That one just happened to be off the plate, and he chased it. He's got such great plate coverage because he looks out over all the time. He can hit that.
Baldwin takes high. He walked in the second inning. Only run, the Harris home run with one out in the third. Just to the left of dead center. Ball got out in a hurry. That one is ripped to right field. On the run is Judge. It's going to be over his head and up against the wall. He fields it cleanly, fires in, and there was nobody at second. Both Volpe and Chisholm were in the outfield, and nobody was at second for the throw.
Yeah, that's miscommunication there. I think Jazz thought it was a possible triple, and that's why he was lining the cutoff. But when you see it come off the wall that hard, and you got to understand where you're at. You're in Atlanta, and the ball comes off that wall in right field really hard. It's hard to hit triples if it's off the wall unless it happens to take a funny bounce. Aaron Judge does a really good job of getting it in, and there's nobody at second, but he would have been safe anyway.
Second hit for the Braves. Here's Murphy wrapped into a double play in the second. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, really a good pitch. Very aggressive on the first pitch. Swings about 37% of the time. League average is 30, and he's hunting that fastball. He can do a lot of damage on fastballs.
So far for Warren, 10 swings and misses.
Yeah, and you think about against the Cubs, he only struck out one batter, and he really showed me something because he had to overcome some obstacles. The first inning, leadoff home run, the next two guys get on. The next inning, there was a double play that wasn't turned. He couldn't throw his breaking ball over for a strike and left after 5 1/3, only giving up one run. I thought that was pretty mature on his part.
And he showed a maturity in the tough loss in Toronto. I mean, didn't think he was going to get out of the first, and he ended up giving them 5 innings. Check out Coors Light beating the pressure. And Will Warren, 26.7% strikeout rate. That's 8th in the American League. Doesn't allow many home runs, 0.85 per 9. That's 8th. And there's a walk to Murphy. So 2 quick outs, then the double and the walk, and that'll bring up Albies.
And this is another guy who's really aggressive the first pitch, and I think it's a good trip by Matt Blake to just give him a little breather. I mean, it's hot out. He's pitched extremely well. Gave up a 2-out double, and then he got ahead of Murphy and couldn't put him away. Don't let it get away from you here with Ozzie Albies.
Take a look at Albies last night. His season high at 4 runs batted in.
Yeah, this is a long home run, a 3-run homer in the third inning that put him up 6-0. He also had a sac fly in the first. I think the birds were flying a little bit. Now, this is a guy that has 30-plus home run power. The amazing thing to me is if you were to take his numbers as a right-handed hitter, the OPS for a second baseman, he's a Hall of Famer. I believe if it would carry over this, but he has really struggled off of left-handers. I think he broke his left wrist last year, and I think it affects him hitting right-handed.
Well, how about this? Let me throw this at you. He's in the final year of an extremely team-friendly 7-year, $35 million deal.
Say that again.
Right?
Extremely friendly.
Yep. And at the time, it was considered unthinkable that the Braves would not pick up their team options for 26 and 27 at $7 million a year. Driven deep to right field. That ball is gone. Another three-run home run for Albies. And it's 4-0 Atlanta.
It looks like Ozzie Albies took those 4 days at the break to kind of get a reset on the season. He's got 7 RBIs in these 2 games, and it's a sinker that he's trying to go down and away. And look where that ends up. Middle in, about belt high. Hits it off the foul pole. Another couple feet to the right, and it's a foul ball. You see the frustration. He has not been a guy that's given up a lot of home runs. Ozzie Albies is off to a good start in the second half.
7 ribbies in these 2 games. His 9th home run of the year. And the question I was going to ask you, if they have an option next year for $7 million, the way he's played, would you pick it up?
Absolutely. The way I don't care. I mean, this is a guy, again, I said he's had 30 home runs and 100 ribbies twice in his career. And he's been beat up a little bit, but $7 million for a guy that goes out there every day is not a lot of money. And he's a pretty good defender, too. He's a plus defender.
And that home run, his 150th career home run.
Only 2 errors at second base. We've seen him start a number of double plays. Now, would I listen on Trade Talks if someone wanted to give me a nice little haul? Absolutely. Because it's friendly for that team that gets him.
And a lot of it depends on how he does in the second half. I mean, it would erase any doubt whatsoever.
But I don't think you're going to take one bad year. I mean, his year wasn't great last year either, but he was hurt a lot, and say this guy's done. Because I think there's a lot of good baseball left in him.
0-2. 1-2 on Nacho Alvarez.
See, Austin Wells tried to sell that, didn't quite get it. And we talked about Mark Wegner, somewhat of a pitcher friendly. It's a little bit off the plate. He's trying to bring that 2-seamer back across the corner. Mark Wegner's a pretty even-keeled umpire, won't get upset with catchers. I always thought he was one of the easier guys to work with as a player and a manager.
Line drive and gets by Peraza on the dive. Alvarez picks up a single. All of this with 2 outs. A double, a walk, a home run, and now a hard single.
This is where he has to stop it now. And again, it's a 2-seamer he's trying to paint away, and he just missed the 1-4. He came back and he over-adjusted, and it got too much to the middle of the plate. I'd like to see that 4-seamer that he threw Ronald Acuna.
Here's Michael Harris, a second. Push bunt. And it kicks foul. If it stayed fair, it was a base hit. Let's take a look at the optimum don't take slow for an answer replay.
Well, he got a break ball in the first pitch, and he put the Braves ahead in the third inning with this long home run to center field. Another guy that has had a down year, that is a much better player than he has shown. I'm surprised with the OPS, the lack of homers, that he has 45 RBIs.
Oh, 0-2.
That swing tells me, Michael, that he was looking for a breaking ball and that he has struggled off fastballs all year long. I got to get him out with a fastball here somewhere. And that doesn't mean that I don't throw him another breaking ball and hope that he chases it, but I think your best chance is getting him out with a fastball.
That was Warren's 25th pitch this inning, so he's up to 62 in the bottom of the fourth. One, two. Yankees added another arm, Alan Winans, who's having an unbelievable year at AAA. He replaces Garcia, who pitched yesterday, and he was released today. So Winans an extra arm that could give them length because they had him starting at AAA.
Yeah, in his last outing, he went like 5 innings, almost 80 pitches, so he can definitely give him some length. Get back to my point on fastballs. You look at guys that sometimes struggle. You go back to 22, he had 344 on fastballs, 23, 303. Last year, 257. This year, only 203. Tells me that he's late a lot and he's somewhat in between. And I think a lot of times when you're struggling, you start overthinking and you start thinking about your mechanics all the time. And when you think about your mechanics as a hitter, you're going to be late a lot because it has to be instinctual and something that you've done thousands and thousands of times.
So from 0-2 to full. Fourth full count for Warren. Not getting as many swings and misses.
No, he's not. And he's just not making the pitches. And to me, that's what's important to watch as a manager. I mean, you have your guidelines when they start to struggle. I mean, he's pretty good. He's better the second and third time through than the first time. But you got to watch the swings because the hitters will tell you stuff's not quite as crisp as it was earlier in the game.
Well, that was the 10th pitch of the at-bat, so it's at least going to be 11, barring a pickoff of Alvarez.
And it's the 32nd pitch of the inning. When you start to get around 40, you start to worry about a pitcher.
7 foul balls by Harris in this at-bat. And Harris wins that at bat. Works a walk.
Well, if I'm the Yankees here, I'm cheating a little bit on Nick Allen and bringing the outfielders in. He does not have any home runs. He does not have power. And I want a chance to maybe throw out someone at home plate.
Well, the infield meeting at the mound, and that's also giving Tim Hill some more throws in the bullpen.
Alvarez at second base does not have great speed, so I think it's something that you can do. And you look, runners on, that's a part of his game that he's going to need to improve on. Greg Maddux used to do every bullpen out of the stretch because he said those are the most important pitches that you make during the course of the game.
So here's Allen, grounded to second. That was in the third. And a fastball strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Alvarez at second, Harris at first. 1-1. Two and one.
You know, sometimes you can get yourself in a lot of problems when you're facing a guy like Nick Allen, who doesn't have a lot of power, and you think you can just throw fastballs by him. To me, you got to pitch him like a hitter and throw him some breaking balls. Doesn't have a lot of power.
37 pitches this inning up to this point. 2-2 on Allen. He's been on the mound for 18 minutes, Joe.
I would think this would be his last hitter. Even though Profar in the past has been better against left-handers, you can't take a chance of him getting hurt here.
And once again, another full count.
Well, there's the scouting report. Less low pitches, hitter friendly. And I think he makes the perfect pitch here, but he does not get it.
Well, the runners will go with 2 outs and a 3-2 count. And Warren steps off. So he's thrown 5 pitches, all fastballs. You consider one a sinker, so the other one's 4-seamers. Another 4-seamer.
Yeah, and as a hitter, I mean, if you've only seen one speed, you're comfortable with that speed for the most part. And he's a guy that's going to hit the ball around. He's going to hit line drives everywhere. He's not going to hit it over your head very often. And the Yankees are playing fairly shallow, but with the 3-2 count, you're not going to throw somebody out at home on a single.
40th pitch of the inning. And he just cannot get swings and misses. And Boone always talks about he does not like to leave a young arm out there for 40 pitches. And right now, he's not going to take him out in the middle of an at-bat. It's at 40 pitches right now. He's thrown 18 pitches the last 2 hitters with all the foul balls. And there's nobody covering first. And here comes the runner, Nacho Alvarez. He slides home. Warren did not break to first. A boneheaded mistake by him. A run scores because of it. It's 5-0 Atlanta.
When you're not scoring runs, little things show up. And here's a situation where he doesn't get over. He probably thought that was going to go to Chaz and Goldie was going to stay at first base. And then really good hustle. I mean, he's running on the pitch, so you got to understand that if you're Will Warren, that I got to look home right away. Well, he doesn't look quick enough. And Alvarez is able to score, and that's the end of his night.
6 straight batters get on after 2 outs starts the inning. 5-0 Braves. First and second, 2 outs. Profar coming up. Tim Hill coming in.
had a hard time with his four-seamer up. But here, the breaking ball, the curveball gets too much of the plate. Lefties like the ball down and middle in, and then this fastball, he tries to throw a two-seamer into me and makes a mistake getting it out over the plate, and his night's over. He looked so good the first 3 2/3 innings of this game, but could not get out of the last inning.
First pitch to Profar outside, so 41 pitches in the inning for Warren, 21 minutes on the mound. Joe, so Warren's late getting over. Obviously, Goldschmidt went 4 to his right. Does Goldschmidt have to eat that ball and not throw it to Warren?
I mean, that's a quick decision that he has to make. I think that when you look at the ground ball, I think it's a ball that Goldie didn't necessarily have to go after, but once he did, as a pitcher, you're always trying to get over right away. Don't hesitate. But in their mind, again, it's the read. In his mind, Will Warren probably thought Chisholm was going to get it, and that's why he didn't go.
Three and one on Profar. So here's Warren on the play.
Right, and it's a ball that probably Jazz could have got. And because it's 3-2, the runner at first is going. So Goldie can't go to second base because he doesn't have time. If it's 2-2, Goldie gets the out of second base.
Right. You know, the way the margin of error is so slim now, they can't make those errors of omission. They just can't. You have to play every single play the right way.
And part of that, the reason is it's slim is because they're not scoring runs.
Yep.
They've only scored 6 runs, including this being the 4th game in the last 4 games. And it's an offense that's used to scoring over 5 runs a game, and they have not been doing that. When they got in that winning streak, they were scoring over 5 runs a game. So the little things matter more.
Oh, nice play by Hill. So he retires Profar, and that'll do it. So Warren punches the wall in disgust, and now he looks at his hand. Hope he didn't do something silly. 5-0 Braves. Time for tonight's injury report, brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Max Fried will throw a bullpen tomorrow. Suffered a blister on his finger last Saturday. Could start Wednesday against the Blue Jays. You talked to him at length, Meredith. What's the feel for that?
Well, he threw on flat ground today. He told me there was no issue on that. Now, Joe, you asked me the other day, where exactly is that blister? And he said he's gotten them under his nails before. Those are never a problem. He feels like he could always pitch through those. This one is on the pad of his finger. So when that happens, it basically affects every grip, but you could tell he showed it. He has a callus already over it, so it looks like it's healing nicely. It's not still raw. He didn't have the Band-Aid on it today. So it's moving in the right direction, likely a bullpen, and then he's expecting to go Wednesday in Toronto should everything go okay from now until then. But both he and Aaron Boone are very optimistic.
Well, he is necessary for this team to have success in the second half. That's not something they can deal with. And the conditions will probably be a little bit better than Toronto in the last game that he pitched in New York with the weather, and hopefully it doesn't rear its ugly head.
Wander Suero is in for the Braves. A strong 4 for Joey Wentz. That one's driven to right field. And Acuna will play it off the wall. He tried to deke Grisham into thinking he was going to make the catch, but a double for Grisham.
Yeah, that's the old Larry Walker play. Larry Walker used to do that a lot. Cutter, he throws about 88% cutters to the hitters. He's also got a changeup, and Ronald was trying to do a good job of deking him, knowing that he has a strong arm, and obviously we know that he can throw it 301 feet on a line.
Runner in scoring position for Volpe. Grounded it short in the third. And there's a strike. Now, there's supposed to be a heat wave coming in Toronto, especially on Wednesday, but because of that, the roof will be closed all 3 games in all likelihood.
You'll request that?
No, they'll request. I don't think they take requests from me.
Yeah, aren't you a fan favorite up there?
I used to be.
He really endeared himself last time, Joe. Thing of beauty.
You know, for some reason, I don't think it bothers you.
No, it does.
It does?
Of course, I want to be liked by everybody. That's a failure, but I do want to be liked.
You know what? I want to bring the two sides together, Joe. I'm the peacemaker, and I've got to make this right. You get you guys together, hash it out a little bit.
A little arbitration? You two can work it out?
A little Boutros Ghali.
You know, I'll get in touch with Jamie Campbell, see if he's willing to sit down with you or sit down with us, and take it from there.
Well, we've patched it up already.
Have you?
On social media, yeah, we're fine.
You got to do it in person. What is it like? This is like texting somebody to break up with them. You do it in person.
That one's driven deep to left field. Going back, Profar, turning, looking, see ya. A 2-run home run for Volpe. Yankees are on the board. It's 5-2 Atlanta.
During his struggles, I've always felt that his best swings are at balls that are inside. And Suero left that cutter in, and he jumped all over it. You hope you got a smile. He hasn't smiled a whole lot when he's been at the plate. This cutter backs up, and he gets to it up in the zone. A really good swing. Hits a home run. His 51st RBI, his 11th home run. See the hips explode through the swing. Nice response by the Yankees.
Wells swings and misses. So he was 3 for 22 before that home run. Second base, Albies retires Wells. Well, that home run was needed by the Yankees, and boy, was it needed for Volpe.
Oh, you hope that can get him going, because Michael, it's hard to come to the ballpark, and I don't care how tough you are mentally. When you're struggling for a extended period of time, it's one thing to struggle for a week or 2 weeks, but when it's been 4 or 5 weeks, it's hard, and you got to do a lot of things. I mean, there's a lot on his plate because he's the shortstop. He's the captain of the infield, really the captain of the defense, and it's hard, but, I mean, maybe this is what gets him going. I believe it was 2009, and we were struggling, the Yankees, and we came here, and Cash came down, and I made myself get thrown out of a game to try to get us going, and we were a really, really good team in 2009, and I don't think it had anything to do with me getting thrown out. It was one of the Welke brothers, and I told him I wasn't leaving until he threw me out. He said, "I'm not throwing you out." I was arguing with him beyond first base, and he finally threw me out, and we took off. So
Wasn't that where Brian spoke to the team?
Yes.
And he usually doesn't go on road trips?
Yep, and he talked about how good we were, and things took off.
Goldschmidt, backhanded by Allen, sets and fires. Oh, what a play by Allen. He knew exactly who was running, took his time. But the Yankees do get on the board. Anthony Volpe, struggling, hits a 2-run home run into the left field seats. We're halfway through. It's Atlanta 5, Yankees 2. Come out to Yankee Stadium on Wednesday, July 30th, when the Yankees take on the Rays in an important divisional matchup. It's Yankees Cowboy Hat Night. The first 18,000 guests, 21 and older, will receive a Yankees Cowboy hat, courtesy of Budweiser. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today, Yankees.com.
I expect you to wear one of those. You're over 21.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Little urban cowboy look.
You ever been on a horse, Michael?
I believe when I was younger. I wouldn't do that to a horse now. Tim Hill got the final out of the fourth inning, retiring Profar. Now he's 0-2 on Olsen. And Olsen down on strikes. You were talking about that game in Atlanta. Leads us to the Audi electric moment. Experience a fully electric Audi vehicle at your local Tri-State Audi dealer today. You remember this, Joe?
No, Michael, I was inside. I didn't see it. I got thrown out. But I do remember it. And Servey, boy, was he fired up. Boy, he played with so much passion and energy.
Line drive, foul ball off the bat of Acuna, and he broke his bat. Scott Efros throwing. I don't know what it is, Joe, but Tim Hill's one of my favorite pitchers to watch. He's just there, hit it. I'm going to throw it over the plate, hit it.
He's got a gunslinger's mentality.
Yeah, he's not afraid of anything or anybody. And also he gets the sixth strikeout of the day for the Yanks. The sixth Yankee strikeout brought to you by Audi in the 2025 Audi Q6. Visit your local Tri-State Audi dealer today.
That's actually really good scouting by the Yankees, because Ranger Suarez wore him out with sinkers in. And it frustrated Matt Olson. He also threw him some changeups that Tim Hill doesn't throw, but that's right where they went for the strikeout.
And Acuna works a walk against Hill. And I say that about a Hill, Joe. some pitchers have such nasty stuff. It doesn't look like they trust it. You know, they just don't want to challenge the hitter. And it's an old cliche. You watch batting practice, they make outs all the time.
But you realize as a pitcher that you may not have the 98, 99, but you have deception, and you put the ball on the ground a lot. So you can do that. You have to rely on your fielders a lot. You understand that you're not a strikeout pitcher. You're going to get over 60% ground balls. I'm going to take my chances. Here it is. He'll throw an occasional slider, but not a lot of them. He's trying to get a double play ball here.
Two and one.
And I tell you, it's got to be really deceptive, Michael, when it starts above the zone and comes down. You know, he gets that little dip at the end. As a hitter, you have to think, oh, there's no way that that's going to be strike. Baldwin took the first pitch. That's the way it was. First strike.
High fly ball. Grisham back on the track makes the play. I'm watching Acuna, Joe. It's so odd. That ball was going to be either out or caught. And he just wandered like 10 feet off first base and didn't hustle back and tagged. At least make the guy make a throw.
Yeah, I mean, I think you always want to put pressure on the defense. And when you have speed like he does, you can do that. I mean, at least make them make a throw. Go tag up, make them make a throw.
Now with Murphy coming up, Boone's going to go to the bullpen. And he's going to bring in Efros. So Hill gets 3 outs, leaves a runner on first base with 2 outs this inning. Bottom of the 5th, 5-2 Braves. It's time to name that Yankee, brought to you by Prevagen, made for your brain. This guy only had 109 hits and a 222 average with 2 home runs. Played for the Braves, Yankees a couple years, the then Indians, and finished up with the Royals. So from 82 to 91, he saw action in the big leagues, but only had 109 hits.
So it had to be a backup catcher or a backup middle infielder.
It's not a catcher.
Okay, so.
And I think that when he first came upon the scene, he wasn't thought of as a backup infielder. Efros comes on to face Murphy, runner on first.
Worked an inning and a third last night, a good inning and a third, and only threw 18 pitches. And I would think that Aaron Boone is asking to get maybe 1 out, a back-to-back situation.
And he gives up a base hit to left field. Bellinger will get the ball in. So a single for Murphy as Acuna moves to second.
Yeah, this is that two-seamer that he throws, and it came back, and he hit it off the end a little bit, but because it was up, he was able to elevate it, get it over at Volpe's head for a base hit between Volpe and Bellinger.
So here's Albies. The Yankees have had trouble with him in these first two games. 4 ribbies yesterday, a 3-run home run today. All the way to the backstop. And the runners advance.
Yeah, this slider he held on to a little bit long. He wasn't going to leave it out over the middle of the plate, that's for sure. It allows you to make a decision. Do you want to pitch to him, or do you want to pitch to Alvarez, who has struggled so far in the big leagues, a right-handed hitter? Efros is a better matchup against a right-handed hitter.
And they don't do that, and he gives up a base hit. Acuna scores. Murphy scores. It's a 2-run single for Albies, and it's 7-2 Atlanta.
Again, this is just a hang and break a ball out over the middle of the plate, and Albies has got some good pitches to hit this series, and he has not missed them. And the wild pitch allowed an extra run to score. And you think about the runs that they've scored, the last 6 runs they've scored, they've all been with 2 outs.
9 RBIs for Albies in the first 2 games. Here's Alvarez. Came into the game with 33 runs batted in, now has 38. Runner goes. Throw to second. Stolen base for Albies.
Pretty good throw. Nice quick tag by Jazz Chisholm. He gets a really big jump. Jazz tries to put that quick tag on, but got too big of a jump, and it's pretty close. Looks like the Yankees are not going to look at it. I mean, the shutdown innings, Michael, are so big, and the Yankees have not been able to do it. They ended up scoring 2 in the top of the inning and kind of got back in the game, and all of a sudden they opened it up again.
Three and 0. Strike 1, 3 and 1. Bottom of the 5th, 7-2 Atlanta. Behind the plate. And the catch is made by Wells, and that'll do it. But 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 man left. We played 5. Atlanta leads the Yanks 7-2. Well, thank you, Bob. We go around the majors. The Orioles shaking their heads as Kyle Stowers continues to play well. The All-Star 9 for 12, 5 homers, 11 ribbies last 3 games. The Brewers have been on fire since May 25th, the best record in baseball. Junior Caminero, 2 home runs last night against the O's, and he was the Derby runner-up.
That Junior Caminero's got some easy pop. I mean, it doesn't even look like he's really even swinging.
Daniel De Los Santos, 5 games with the Yankees last season, comes on for the 6th inning. 2-0.
Sometimes you think maybe I'm too old school. It's 7-2 and you're throwing a 2-0 changeup. Then I guess you assume that 3-0 he's going to take. So, but he's got 96, 97 in the tank.
Alan Winans called up today. He's getting ready. Popped up and out of play. Bellinger 0 for 2 today. Fly ball to right. Ground out to third. Fouled away.
Michael, in between innings, they had the race. The freeze always gives the person a head start.
Yep.
Substantial head start. How much would we have to collect for you to run in that race?
That one is dunked into right center, a base hit for Bellinger. Well, I don't think the money would drive me to do it. I mean, I would lose substantially.
Yes, and here's the race. Guys thinking, I got a pretty good lead here. And it's not even close. And I've seen people actually get hurt doing this, hamstrings, because they want to win so bad. Young man kind of ran out of steam there.
And then wanted to hit the free.
Yeah, he should have tackled him. Kind of like when they have some of those races, the sausage races in Milwaukee, you knock them over.
Now, I'll use the old Tommy Lasorda line. If I ran in a race against a pregnant woman, I'd finish third.
I don't know that I've ever heard that. Yeah, and he does a little high jump just to embarrass the young man. I saw him get beat, though, a week ago. Yes.
Line drive. It's a base hit for Judge. And Bellinger stops at second. So back-to-back singles to open up the 6th for the Yanks.
Chip away here. Get a couple runs this inning. You try to put up a 0 and see if you can get back in this game. I mean, this is a breaking ball that he hits off the end of the bat. Or it might have been home run number 36. And you got a hot hitter up here that's been driving the ball to right center, right field.
And a strike to Stanton. A single and an intentional walk. Yankees down by 5. First and second, nobody out. Bellinger at second, Judge is at first. And that single by Judge, that's his 200th time on base this year.
And what year did Goldschmidt do that? Where he had 200 total bases so quickly, a ton of doubles, home runs?
That was 2015 with the Diamondbacks. And he's the last Major League player to reach 200 or more times within the first 98 games of a season.
De Los Santos is getting himself in trouble, getting behind in the count. 3-0 to Bellinger, 3-1 to Stanton.
Throws him a slider on 3-1. So the count full. We've seen a lot of full counts tonight.
Well, the Yankees have had long at bats. They haven't scored a ton of runs. He missed that by a substantial amount.
Grounded foul.
It's amazing to me how much power he generates when, you know, a lot of power hitters, you see him, they stay grounded. His feet are moving all over the place. I mean, his bat speed is like 3 miles an hour harder than the next guy. And then after that, it falls off like 0.5, 0.2. He's so far in front of everybody else, it's unbelievable. And his bat speed is 81.1 this year. It was 81.2. So if you're wondering if there's any ill effects of the elbows, I would say no.
This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. And he walks the bases loaded. Nobody out. So big spot for Chisholm. And here comes the veteran pitching coach, Rick Kranitz.
Rick Kranitz was my first pitching coach when I was in Miami. I knew him from my Cub days. He was a coach in the Cub days when I was a minor league player. And I fell in love with him as a player and worked with him during instructional ball and stuff. Hired him as my first pitching coach. I thought he was excellent.
Life moves, and so should your connection. Get fast and reliable speeds on the network that moves with you. Spectrum.
Yankees trying to play some catch-up. They're down by 5 here in the 6th. Bases loaded, nobody out. Here's Jazz Chisholm Jr. And Rafael Montero warming up for Atlanta. So Wentz started 4 shutout innings. Suero gave up a 2-run home run to Volpe in the 5th. And now De Los Santos has worked himself into a real jam. Yankees have had 5 grand slams so far this year. Change up, 0-1.
Yeah, this is as a hitter, you can't try to do too much, and you just want to keep this line moving. Keep the pressure on the Atlanta Braves. Keep him in the stretch. It was interesting when we had De Los Santos, I had him in Philadelphia. We had his changeup grading out better than his slider, but we couldn't get him to throw it because he was not comfortable throwing it. And we've seen a lot of them tonight. We've seen some pretty good sliders. Fastball up to 97.
There's a base hit to right field. Bellinger scores. They're going to hold Judge up. They don't want to test Acuna. And diving back to first ahead of the tag by Olsen is Chisholm. RBI single for Jazz, and it's 7-3 Atlanta.
Yeah, it's a fastball that runs back out over the plate. I tell you what, those two-seamers can be great pitches when you can locate them, but when they drift over the middle of the plate to a left-handed hitter, they're extremely dangerous. And Jazz hit this ball so hard, and with the respect of Ronald Acuna's arm, with nobody out, you're going to hold Judge up there and keep playing and try to score some more runs.
So Jazz picks up his 44th ribby, and the Braves are going to go to the bullpen. That'll be it for De Los Santos. 4 batters faced, 4 batters on, 1 runner in. Yankees bring the tying run to the plate, Trent Grisham. Stay tuned. Well, tomorrow afternoon, right here on Yes, watch the Yankees and the Braves wrap up this 3-game set here at Truist Park in Atlanta. Coverage begins at 12:30 with Audi batting practice on the pregame, with first pitch scheduled for 1:35 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app.
Rafael Montero has been really good with the Atlanta Braves. There's somewhat of a high walk rate, and his split has been his best pitch for him. Hitters are hitting only 169. Still a pretty good fastball up around 96, 97. And there's the split right there. It doesn't really have a lot of tumble action, but he's got really good deception to it because of his arm speed.
Started the season with the Astros, traded to Atlanta for Patrick Halligan. This is his 32nd game with the Braves. Oh, 0-2. Montero in the final season of a 3-year, $34.5 million deal he signed with the Astros. He's 34 years old, 11th big league season. Bases loaded, nobody out. Grisham 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. He's up with the bases loaded. The 0-2. Montero and DeGrom started each end of a doubleheader for the Mets when they were kids. And Montero was the higher rated prospect, but DeGrom became something special. Did he go? No, he did not.
Producer saying it was against us. I don't remember that, Michael. You're going to see him hold up on this split. He's thrown him 4 in a row. He throws it almost 50% of the time. So if you're a left-handed hitter, you know you're going to see it a lot. Then he can pop one of those fastballs. You got to make sure you don't chase that up in the zone.
One, two. Kick back his back leg to get out of the way. 2-2. No place to put Grisham. Yankees trying to rally. They're down 7-3, but Grisham's the tying run in the 6th inning. Gets a piece of the splitter, stays alive.
It's 2 pretty good arms to start in a doubleheader. I mean, Montero used to be 98, 99 miles an hour, too.
And he was considered the higher prospect than DeGrom. DeGrom was great that day.
That's probably why I don't remember. I tried to forget it.
2-2. Grisham battling.
So he's got that really short stroke when you think about him, and he does not chase a lot. He's had a ton of success off of right-handers this year. 13 of his 16 homers coming off of right-handers. Over a 900 OPS off of right-handers.
Grounded and grabbed by Olsen, and he mishandles the ball, and everybody's safe. Judge scores, Stan moves to third, Chisholm to second, and Grisham reaches. And just like that, it's 7-4 Atlanta.
And maybe the worm's turning a little bit here, Michael. The Yankees get a break because Olsen's an outstanding fielder. He's got a very accurate arm as well, and he doesn't come up with this ball. He's going to go to second, which is the right spot to go to, kind of like the play with Goldschmidt, but because it wasn't 3-2 and runners were running, he had to come back to first, and when he did that, he bobbled it.
All right, so that's an E3. Volpe with a 2-run home run his last time up, comes up with the bases loaded, nobody out. So the tying runs are on base for the Yankees. Stands at third, Chisholm at second, Grisham at first. And Grisham does get a ribby despite the E3. Strike. Phil throws hard, 97 miles an hour. Did he go? Nope. 2-1.
Let's get a good look at this, Michael. No, I don't. I think that's pretty clear right there.
2 balls, 1 strike. Montero on a relief of De Los Santos. 3-1, no place to put Volpe. High fly ball. Left center. Harris makes the catch. Tagging is Stanton. He'll score. Both runners tag. A sac fly for Volpe. And now the Yankees are down by just 2, and the tying runs at second base.
Really good basing by Trent Grisham, where he saw that Harris's back was turned to him when he caught the ball. Tagged up from first base and got to second to get himself in scoring position. Volpe hits this ball really good deep to center field, and you can see Grisham, okay, he's going to catch this. I need to get back, and his back's turned to me. I can read this. It's a long throw. I got time to go back if I need to go back, and he gets into second base. Really good base running.
Infield back for Atlanta. Here's Wells. 1-0. So they'll let Chisholm score on a ground ball, but they don't want one to squeeze through a drawn-in infield. Austin Wells is 0 for 2 tonight. 3 runs in. Still 1 out, second and third for the Yanks. Two-1. Yankees have been streaky of late. They lost 6 straight, then they won 5 straight, and now they're in the middle of a 3-game losing streak, trying to snap that tonight.
It's like Murphy's caught so many pitches this inning, his glove broke. I'm always amazed at how quick a trainer will put that glove back together, restring it. It's usually just one string that breaks, but it's always a little bit nerve-wracking with a catcher when you don't have your #1 glove. This one looks like it's a little stiffer than a ball that might bounce out. Get away from you.
2-2 on Wells.
He's done a really good job. Look at Jazz here.
He's talking to somebody in the Braves dugout. Like, I don't want to hear it. Second base, that'll get a run in. An RBI for Wells. Moving to third is Grisham, and the Yankees have pulled to within one.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, as a hitter, you want to get a hit there, but he did a really good job of putting the ball in play, getting a run in. You're going to see Jazz talk to pinch hitter Ben Rice here about what he's got. I'm trying to think about what that could possibly be about, Michael.
Yeah, I'm wondering myself, and Rojas trying to calm things down. Jazz is pointing to somebody specifically.
At this point, just turn the page and let it go. Worry about what you're doing.
He looks like he's saying somebody said, I'm going to hit
you
in the head.
Yeah, and that's something that you can never say.
So Ben Rice will pinch hit for Peraza. Tying run 90 feet away. It's 7-6 Braves.
Had a couple doubles yesterday, one off a right-hander, one off a left-hander.
Two 2-0 on Rice. Peraza was 0 for 2 while he was in there. Big cut over the splitter, 2-1. And the pitch. 3-1. Goldschmidt's on deck. And they have the high leverage guys up, Weaver and Loizaga. Three and two.
5 straight splits to him. Talked about he throws it almost 50% of the time. He's throwing it a lot tonight. Only a few fastballs.
And a pinch hit walk for Rice, and the Yankees will send the 9th batter up to the plate. Brian Snitker cannot be that happy. De Los Santos and Montero kind of set fire to this game.
And even Swirl last inning kind of letting the Yankees get a couple runs.
So here's Goldschmidt against the righty. Goes with the fastball for a strike. The tying run is Grisham. The go-ahead run is Rice. Fouled away.
Remember you talked about Goldschmidt's professionalism? This is when you get professional in bats. He's been really good in these situations. 359 with runners in scoring position. And I really believe it's because he doesn't try to do too much. He's looking for a hole, a little line drive through the middle of the field.
Goldschmidt 1 for 3 tonight.
He has a really calm load when he gets to 2 strikes. He gets his foot down really quick. He doesn't really just pick it up.
And he swings and misses over the slider. But the Yankees put 4 on the board. They leave 2. It's a ball game. Go to the bottom of the 6th. You, Jazz Chisholm Jr. joined with somebody in the Braves dugout, and that somebody is Eddie Perez, one of Snitker's coaches. You can see he's pointing to his head, so he's going right at Chisholm, and that's what he's saying about pointing to the head. And then Chisholm's telling Luis Rojas he's talking about hitting me in the head. So we'll watch that for you. And Jonathan Loaizaga will come on for the Yankees, and he has had a hard time this year keeping the ball in the ballpark. 7 home runs allowed in 22 games. That's a career high in a season for him. Vivas takes over at third base. Remember, Rice pinch hit for Peraza. So the Braves lead 7-6. Michael Harris II leads off against Loaizaga. One and 0.
First 3 innings have been a little bit different than the last 3 innings, Michael. It wasn't a whole lot of base runners, quick innings, not a lot of pitches. Seen a lot of the bullpen the last 3 innings.
One and 1. We saw him yesterday, so Pierce Johnson warming up again today. Well, the Braves came into this knowing it was a bullpen game. The guy who started gave them 4 really good innings. It's after him that they've had a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and I thought you might see Dane Dunning, who they got from Texas, kind of piggyback with him. Maybe try to get 3 innings out of him, but they have not went to him yet.
2-2. Lined and caught by Vivas.
Good changeup there from Jonathan, where he hit it off the end of the bat and broke his bat.
Nick Allen takes one out of the zone, 1-0. Allen, 1 for 2, RBI single. A ground ball that Goldschmidt ranged far to his right on, and Will Warren did not break. That was the last batter that Warren faced. That one is ripped into left center, and a diving play by Bellinger, who's played his splendid outfield all year.
Well, I can tell you what, that's a bad guy to hit it to, Michael. You talk about a lot of times infielders you don't want to ground it to, but he gets a great jump and he lays out, and he's playing fairly shallow because Allen doesn't have a lot of power, and if this ball gets by him, there's a good chance that that's a triple. Nice play by Cody Bellinger. Weisiger loves it.
Here's Profar, 0 for 3 tonight. One and 0. And a strike, 1-1. Two and 1. Profar popped to third. Fly ball to left. And grounded back to the mound when Tim Hill was pitching. Three and 1. Matt Olson's on deck.
Seems like he's really conscious about those home runs that he's been getting up, Michael. All his misses have been down so far, which is a good thing for a sinker ball pitcher.
And that's ball 4. So here's Olson with 17 home runs, 0 for 3 tonight, 2 strikeouts, and grounded back to the mound. Way through that one, 0-1.
It's interesting for a guy that goes the other way extremely well. You see him chase that ball a lot and have those kind of half swings, because I think it's a ball that he wants to attack, but it runs off the plate and he can't hold up.
All the way to the backstop. And Profar moves into scoring position.
Michael, the hardest pitch I've ever thought to block was a changeup that's on the opposite side of what you're expecting it to go. That changeup, if it's in the, you're expecting it to go from first base to third base. Well, he pulled it so bad that you're not thinking of pushing towards first base with the changeup, because that's not the way it runs.
Line drive, it's going to be a base hit to right field. Profar rounds third. He's coming home. Here's the throw from Judge. It's cut off by Goldschmidt. It's an RBI single for Olson. And the Braves are back up by 2.
Well, since 2021, he's been an extremely productive hitter in the top 5 in a lot of categories in baseball, and one of those is RBIs, and set the record for Braves RBIs in 23. He's had a good season again this year. And I know they lost a really good player, but they got a really good player from the Oakland A's.
Here's Ronald Acuna Jr. 8-6 Atlanta, bottom of the 6th. One and 0. So Loizaga coming off arm surgery, still throwing the ball hard, but the location is not the same as it's been in the past, thus the home runs. Popped up, Chisholm. will make the play, and that'll do it. But the Braves got a run back on one hit with one man left. We'll go to the seventh. It's 8-6 Atlanta. Well, Pierce Johnson is in. He's had 11 consecutive scoreless appearances, a 2.60 ERA. Yankees saw him yesterday, so he comes in to pitch the seventh with the Braves up by 2 on the Ford scoreboard. It'll be Bellinger, Judge, and Stanton. High fly, right field. Going back, Acuna, turning, looking, see ya! A solo shot from Bellinger. Again, the Yankees pull to within 1.
The Yankees saw him yesterday. Bellinger didn't, but he's a guy that throws breaking ball after breaking ball after breaking ball. And it looks like Bellinger sat on that one. Made the score a little bit closer. You see this breaking ball. Thigh high, dangerous pitch to Bellinger. Stayed behind that ball really, really good. Belly gets in troubles when he's moving forward too fast. Really good there.
Judge takes upstairs. So Bellinger 2 for 4 tonight. Judge is 1 for 3 with a run scored. Oh and 2. So that breaks the string of 11 straight scoreless appearances, going back to June 13th for Johnson. Just missed off the outside corner. Fouled away. Judge sitting at 35 home runs, 81 runs batted in. Each team with 8 hits. Yankees trailing 8-7 in the top of the 7th inning. Second game of this 3-game set. Just off the outside corner. Good eye by Judge.
I'll tell you what, he's thrown 2 good pitches just off the plate, a fastball and a curveball. Judge has taken both of them, which tells me we're seeing him pretty good. See what he does here. I would expect another curveball.
Ground ball, third base, gobbled up by Alvarez. 1 out here in the 7th. So here's Stanton, been on base all 3 times, a single and 2 walks, 1 intentional.
So I always wondered why they called it an intentional walk when the first 3 pitches he threw to him wasn't like put him on. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Just clerical.
I think it's just a walk. Because if he really wanted to intentionally walk him from the beginning, he just would have said 4 right in the beginning.
So this is something that bothers you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's little things in this game that bother me, Michael.
Crowd 42,530 here at Truist Park, the 21st sellout of the year for Atlanta.
Kind of like you in the bump.
Yep. But that's it. That's the only thing that really annoys me in life.
Slab.
Slab does too. It all involves the mound, yeah.
Ketchup. Should I keep going?
I don't mind the word ketchup. 3-2. How about that? Another full count. And the pitch. Got him. On a curve.
Really tough pitch for a right-handed hitter. That front hip curveball that starts at you. You think it's going to be a fastball in, and it just kind of freezes you, and then you're late attacking. If that ball's out over the middle of the plate a little bit more, I think he hammers it. But because he recognized it as a fastball inside, he started to take it and realized he had to swing the old emergency hack.
Chisholm. High fly ball. Left center. Harris puts it away. And that'll do it for the Yanks. But Cody Bellinger brings him closer against Pierce Johnson. He pierces the Atlanta sky. And when it lands, it's Atlanta 8 and the Yankees 7. for the Yanks. Warren lasted 2 outs into the fourth. Went 4 strong innings. A couple of home runs for the Yanks. Loaisiga in for a second inning of work. And he deals a strike to Drake Baldwin. Baldwin, Murphy, and Albies, 4, 5, and 6 for Atlanta. And Loaisiga has allowed a run in 4 consecutive appearances. Gave up a run in the 6th. Tapped in front of the plate. Wells fields, fires, got him. Looks like something is bothering Wells. Getting back behind the plate. The umpire giving him some time.
Looks like he blew a chest protector. You know, a lot of times you'll tape the straps so they don't break. He goes down on one knee and he throws it. Maybe it just kind of tugged a little bit. You're going to see the strap came undone.
All right, so we told you the announced attendance, which is a 21st sellout, 42,530. It's the largest crowd at Truist Park this year, including the All-Star game.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the All-Star game, they probably had to give a little bit more press seating
Right.
in the outfield somewhere.
Yep.
That cost them.
Well, they find, I guess, the fastener. Yeah, there were 1,500 media at the All-Star game.
1,500. So a lot of times you'll put tape on that, a strap right around where it goes through, so it can't, you're going to see where it breaks here when he bends down. Whoop. But once the strap goes through the hook, you'll put some tape there around so it can't go through back through.
Okay.
Does that make sense? I'm trying to explain it, and I'm not explaining. So if you look at your belt and where the buckle is, I would put tape right here.
So it can't come out. So how do you get it off? How do you get the...
Well, there's a hook on it.
Oh,
So you just don't want the strap to come out of the... Here we go. Get another chest protector. Now we're thinking. Probably doesn't stink as bad as that one either. Oh, yeah, that was great. The Statue of Liberty one that he was modeling, was that last weekend?
I believe that was last weekend.
I think Paul O'Neill picked it up on TV. I never had that kind of style, Michael. And I don't know if they could do things like that.
Yeah, now you're allowed to have
Yeah.
different designs. As long as with it, I believe the rule is it has to be within the color scheme of the team.
Okay, but obviously the arm sleeves and some of those other things don't have to.
Go for it.
Yeah.
So here's Sean Murphy, 1 out here in the 7th after a chest protector delay. Oh, and 1.
I guess that's not what you want, is it?
No.
Did I really say that much?
I'd say 5 times out of 7.
What do you mean?
Like
5 out of
7-day week, you'd say
5 times.
Yeah, there's something that would go wrong, and you go, it's really not what you want. And I think you should make T-shirts.
Didn't we have a segment, Meredith, on
Yeah.
the show?
It's
Joe
not
was
what you want.
on BP All Access, and we did a little "It's Not What You Want" segment, and Harkey was just smiling and grinning ear to ear when it came on because he had heard it a lot as well, Joe.
Line drive, and that's not what you want. Base hit. I tell you, that dog in the dugout is very unnerving.
Yeah, I'm sure it would catch my attention. Like, oh, what's behind me? You know, that sort of thing?
He's such a cute dog, too.
Yeah, it'd probably scare me. You think that's a golden doodle?
It might be. It might be. It's so funny because Meredith talks to Boone before the game, and where he was sitting yesterday, the dog was right over his right shoulder. That's a handsome dog. You're a dog guy, right, Joe?
I got two.
Yep.
Got a Bichon, and we got a little.
This was yesterday, Aaron with his pit bull behind him. Meredith positioned him right there. Oh, there's a cutie.
Just wanted it to look intimidating.
Yeah, it worked. That paw actually looks like it's coming over that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it would probably get me one time.
This one's eyes are just, it's a little bit much.
That one's begging for something to eat. Making you feel guilty you're not giving him anything.
I get that from my golden retriever every day.
You know that look.
And I give in and I get yelled at. I get yelled at all the time. Because the veterinarians that don't feed him food.
But Joey likes to be liked by everyone, including the dog.
Isn't that what we're doing now? We're making fresh food for dogs now?
Yeah.
It's actually human food?
Yep.
Yeah.
Two and one on Albies. Winans and Weaver. Sounds like a law firm.
Winans if they probably score another run here, and it's Weaver if he's in trouble and you can get out of the inning. Maybe ask him to give you 3 outs next inning.
And there's ball 4.
You know, most Michael pitchers that have surgery will tell you the last thing that usually comes back is their command. It's not the velocity, and that's what we've seen from Jonathan this year.
I've also seen that when they try to squeeze that second inning out of him, he has a little bit of a drop. And they're trying, you know.
And you have stats for that, and I think because of yesterday's game, it's probably necessary they're trying to do it.
Yep.
Probably don't really want to do it, but because of yesterday's game and all the pitchers they use, they're hoping they can get 2 out of him. Good man for 2 right here.
There's Alvarez. 1-0. And there's a strike on the outside corner, 1-1.
And you haven't seen a lot of his breaking ball tonight. He's actually thrown a couple good ones. Got some strikes, and then it's not so much pressure to throw your fastball for a strike.
And he gets plucked. Alvarez gets hit to load the bases. So things unraveling for Loizaga here in inning number 2. You see Boone wants him to stall a little bit. Now here comes Boone. So he makes the signal, gave up a run in the 6th, now has loaded the bases with 1 out here in the 7th. Yankees holding on. They're 1 behind. Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. My Nissan, at Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop nissanusa.com. And by Optimum Fiber. Get Optimum, the fastest fiber internet. Don't take slow for an answer. Well, Joe, by trying to squeeze another inning out of Loaisiga, now you bring in Luke Weaver where there is a situation he has no margin of error at all. This is a tough spot.
It is a tough spot, but he's pitched a lot better, like the Luke Weaver we were used to seeing his last couple outings, where he's given some multiple innings and had some strikeouts. And I kind of like this matchup with a changeup below the zone and the fastball up, because Harris, one of the things he's done this year is chase that fastball a lot.
Yankees a double play depth, bases loaded, and one man out. And the changeup is high to Harris.
Yeah, he got that opposite, Michael. You want the changeup down and the fastball up.
Eight-7 Braves. They're looking for more. Bottom of the seventh inning. And he probably wanted to get Loaisiga through this inning. Then he has Weaver for the eighth and Devin Williams for the ninth. Now he's going to have to ask Weaver to pitch an inning and 2/3.
Yeah, and as long as the game is close, you almost have to save innings in case there's extra innings.
Right. Or maybe he'll have a swing off.
Yeah. I'll take our chances.
Yeah, the Yankees would be favorites with Judge and Stanton and Bellinger. So 1-2 on Harris. Harris 1 for 2 with a walk, a home run, the 7th home run of the year. Got him. With the fastball, big strikeout for Weaver. 2 away.
Yeah, a really good four-seamer down in the zone. And we talked about his struggles on fastball. You can see how late he is on this. I mean, he is not catching up, and I don't know if he's starting too late or he's sitting breaking ball or off speed. Maybe he was struggling against off-speed pitches, but he is late.
Here's Nick Allen. Tipped into the glove of Wells, 0-1. One and one. Two and one on Allen. Allen 1 for 3. Loaisiga, a very interested observer, hoping that Weaver could get out of this. The 3 runners on base, Loaisiga's responsibility. Popped up, shallow right field. Judge comes on to make the play, and Weaver does the job. No runs a hit, and the bases are left loaded. We go to the 8th inning, Atlanta 8, Yankees 7. The upcoming schedule brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers. One more game in Atlanta. It's a 1:35 start, first pitch tomorrow, and you'll see it on Yes. Then on to Toronto. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Monday and Tuesday on Yes. Wednesday on Prime, all 7:07 starts. Thursday's an off day, and then the Phillies come to town. Apple TV on Friday, then back on Yes Saturday and Sunday. Dylan Lee comes on. And the first pitch to Grisham is fouled away. Between innings, no one happier than Jonathan Loizac. A big hug. Thank you so much.
Picking up your teammate, it's really, really important. We've seen Luke Weaver do that for the last 2 years. Boy, what a find for the Yankees. Lee came in yesterday to get Bummer out of that inning, and Stanton ended up doubling off of him.
You know what was unusual about the bottom of the seventh, Joe? It's the first scoreless half inning since the top of the fourth inning.
Oh, the scoreboard is ugly, Michael.
Looks like an area code.
There haven't been very many shutdown innings. The Yankees finally got one there. The Braves have one.
Center field. Harris makes the play. And this is why managers stagger lefty-righty, lefty-righty. You're bringing in Lee because you're trying to neutralize Grisham and Wells, but right in the middle is your little trap, the right-handed Volpe.
Yeah, and fortunately for the Yankees, Volpe has hit left-handers well, and so has Wells. I mean, Wells has 5 home runs. He's had every start except one against the left-handed starter this year because they have 2 left-handed catchers.
Right.
But for left-handers against left-handers, his slug is like 5th in all of baseball, over 500.
Check out the exit velocity presented by Spectrum on Volpe's home run in the 5th inning. 102 off the bat, went 420 feet. It was well struck.
I could say that's what you do want, Michael.
Mm-hmm. Now the last 5 innings for the Braves, Joe, 1-4-2-1-0, and that's the zip code for Buffalo.
Can't say I knew that.
Snit probably managed games in Buffalo with all his time in the minors.
So you're saying that Volpe's going to hit one to Buffalo right now?
That's a long drive, deep to left. Long drive, deep to left. Profar turns, looks, see it at Buffalo. It's a tie game.
So many of his teammates know the struggles that he has been going through, and to see how happy they are for this young man. I mean, again, he has hit left-handers. He's continued to hit left-handers. Ties his career high at 4 RBI. Now the Yankees got a new game after being way down in this game, 5-0. They found a way to get to a pretty good bullpen. The Braves bullpen coming into this series was 4th in the National League.
Pitch to Wells outside. A lot of Yankee fans here. Crowd getting loud. That's his first career multi-home run game. And he has 4 ribbies, now has 12 home runs and 53 runs batted in. Two and one. 3-2 on Wells. So the Yankees are down 5-0 after 4. They're down 7-2 after 5. But they have battled back to tie the game at 8 here in the 8th. Driven out into left center field. On the run, Profar, and he makes the play. Excellent play by Jurickson Profar.
You're going to see this hanging breakable, middle. And Volpe knew he got it right away. He knew that it was headed towards Buffalo, Michael. Tie this game up. I'll tell you what, you were so brilliant to put up an area code like that. Look at Jason Dominguez. So happy for him. Peraza. Marlin, the interpreter.
There's Bebos, his first at bat. 1-0.
That back knee go down. Back knee goes down, ball goes up.
He has struggled so much for about a month. A day like this he's been waiting for, and the Yankees have been waiting for it. Gets through, and the count 2-2.
That's the one you need to swing at.
Just get on first?
Yeah, that's right. Just helping the team win, Michael.
Popped up. Who's going to get it? Murphy says, I have it, and he does. The Yankees have fought back. Anthony Volpe with a home run in the 5th, and here in the 8th, he shuffles off to Buffalo, sending the Yankees to euphoria and the game to 8-8 here on Yes. Well, fans, after the final, I'll get highlights, analysis, clubhouse interviews, and we'll hear from Aaron Boone on the manager's report. Might hear from that guy, Anthony Volpe, too. That's all coming up on the WB Mason Yankees postgame. Hyundai scoreboard is 8-8. And Luke Weaver stays in and deals a ball to Profar.
Yeah, this is a huge inning because they're at the top of the order, and then the Yankees get the top of their order the next half inning. So big inning for Luke Weaver right here. Iglesias warming up. He had a good inning last night. He's been on a wonderful streak where he's not giving up runs or hits. A lot of strikeouts, no walks.
Chop foul. Each team with 9 hits. The Braves with an error which allowed one of the Yankees 8 runs to score. The Yankees have played an errorless game. Told you that Toronto won again and Boston lost, Cubs beating them. So the Yankees trying to stay within 3 of first place Toronto. They go into Toronto on Monday for a 3-game set. Profar 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Weaver rocks and deals. 3-2. Popped up on the left side. Bebas puts it away. One away. So Matt Olson, 1 for 4, had an RBI single his last time up. And 1.
Giving Matt Olson the bunt, but he's not thinking about bunting. He's thinking about hitting the ball out of the ballpark. And if I'm thinking of Luke Weaver, I'm trying to get him to chase just off the outside part of the plate where he's been going tonight. Right there. Really good pitch.
Two and 1. Yankee bullpen has been teetering for a while now, and if Weaver can get straightened out and the way Devin Williams has been pitching, that goes a long way toward giving Aaron Boone a little bit more of a schematic on how to navigate innings. 2-2.
Yeah, his last couple outings have been really, really good, and it's been multiple innings too. And that's the luxury that you get from Luke Weaver. He doesn't mind doing that because he was a starter for a long time. He's getting the really tough part of the order here. It's Acuna on deck.
Foul back. First 81 games for the Yankee pen, 3.45. Last 17, it has not been good, 7.17. That's a product also of short outings by starters.
And injuries to key relievers.
Cruz, Leiter,
Weaver.
2 big guys out. And
for
Weaver,
a while.
yep.
Yeah. And then you have to come back and get back in that great shape. And there's an outstanding pitch there. He didn't get him to chase.
Just missed on the inside corner, and Olson works a walk. Let's check out the Yankees bullpen budget, brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. So they had to use Hamilton to open the game yesterday. Afrox threw 18 pitches. Brubaker pitched great, 3 innings, 39 pitches, didn't allow a run. And everybody else is rested. Go-ahead run at first base. Here's Ronald Acuna Jr. against Weaver. Check swing. He did not go. 1-0.
Not something that right-handers see a lot is a right-on-right change, and he almost got him to chase the pitch off the plate. I think if he throws him his fastball, he has to go away, up, or up middle to get him out.
He missed with it, and the count 2-0 on Acuna.
Looked like there was a little confusion in the signs. He shook. Maybe he wants a different location than what Wells thought he wanted.
So the numbers Acuna has against Weaver, 5 for 13 with 1 home run. Swings over the changeup, 2-1.
But I throw those numbers out because it's not the Luke Weaver of 24 and 25. It's the Luke Weaver when he was a starter, probably in Cincinnati.
Center field. Grisham makes the catch. Tagging Olsen just draws the throw, 2 away.
Did a good job of just getting in enough to where he doesn't get extended. He beats him just a little bit, jams him a little bit, and he doesn't quite get it. And he knows he had a pitch to hit, and he missed it.
So 2 down, and that brings up Drake Baldwin. Runner on first, 8-8 game, bottom of the 8th. And a strike. One and one. Winans continuing to throw now alongside Devin Williams. One and two. Olsen leads off first, held there by Goldschmidt. Check swing, foul back.
That almost hit him. It's an uncomfortable feeling for a hitter when you check like that, and it's like, ooh, that ball kind of took off. He was looking for that fastball out over.
Swing and a tip into the glove of Wells, and Baldwin down on strikes. Top of the order coming up for the Yankees in the 9th inning. You'll get Goldschmidt, Bellinger, and the captain, Aaron Judge, as the Yankees try to take a lead. It's 8-8. I was trying to name that Yankee. This is considered a tough one. A 10, you see 109 hits, a 222 average. And the answer is Paul Zuvella.
He was
And
a
we went
coach
to
of
the
mine.
vault. Really?
He was with the Cubs, I believe, in the minor leagues. See this little double down the right field line? One of my favorites, Keith Moreland there, growing up as a kid.
And we actually got him in a Yankee uniform. And he puts down a beautiful push bunt. And we can only find this out. 97 games with the Braves, traded to the Yankees with Claudell Washington for Ken Griffey and Andre Robertson. And with the Yankees, 10 for 82. I have a quick story before we start the ninth.
All right.
So when he comes to the Yankees, it's a rainy day, overcast. He's stretching on the grass in front of the Yankee dugout. As Goldschmidt fouls it off against Iglesias, new pitcher for the Braves. And coming down onto the field wearing a trench coat and a hat is Bob Shepard. And he just walks up to Paul and goes, "Is it Zuvella or Zuvela?" And Paul looks up and he goes, "Zuvella, thank you," and walks away. Fly ball center field and deep. Going back, Harris. Still back, still back. And it's off the wall. Goldschmidt picks up a double to start the ninth inning.
Yeah, Harris is an outstanding center fielder, and I thought he had a chance to catch this ball because obviously he has the ability to jump over the wall, but he got turned around a little bit and then he backed up, and when he jumped, he hit the wall, which jarred the ball kind of away from him, out of his glove. It's probably a play that he's capable of making, but a really good at bat by Paul Goldschmidt. Now they have a chance.
And Bellinger lost a high fly ball to right field. Foul and out of play.
And you're going to see this. He hit the wall, which jarred the ball out of his glove because he mistimed his jump. Tried to get it with his bare hand, didn't get it.
0-1 on Bellinger. Anyway, to finish the story, Zuvella turns, and I was standing and goes, "Was that God?" I said it was the voice of.
Yeah, close.
Crowd into it. High fly ball center field. Harris makes the catch, tagging his Goldschmidt. Just a bluff, though, as the throw comes into Allen. All right, let's manage, Joe. Do they walk Judge?
I'm saying no. I think they're going to pitch to him. And here's why. I think that they probably like his changeup. Nope, they walked him. So much for that.
And by the way, that list we just showed you, those are the shortstops between Bucky Dent and Derek Jeter. So Willie Randolph had to get used to a lot of different partners at shortstop.
The Yankee fans here don't like that walk. Giancarlo Stanton's had a good night tonight. A couple walks, a single. Swinging a hot bat lately.
Opponent's hitting .310 with runners in scoring position against Iglesias.
But he's been very stingy lately, Michael. In his last 14 innings, he's only given up 7 hits, 18 strikeouts, 1 walk, no runs. It's time for him to give up a couple.
1-1. Eight game. Top of the ninth. 1-2. Now the Braves are not sure if they're going to be sellers or not at the trade deadline. If they keep winning, then they'll probably be reluctant to do that. But if they are sellers, this is a guy who's going to create a lot of interest.
Yeah, they have some late inning relievers. Pierce Johnson, Rafael Montero, I think, will create interesting. The one that's interesting to me, are they willing to trade Sean Murphy with the emergence of Drake Baldwin, their catcher? Guess what? Another 3-2 count.
It's amazing. Got a truckload of them. Chisholm's on deck. Goldschmidt at second, Judge is at first. And he walks Stanton to load the bases. Now they have to deal with Jazz.
Jazz is 1 for 2 with a strikeout off of him.
Hit the ball hard. 2 away.
That is such a frustrating at bat because he did everything right and he's not rewarded for it. He doesn't overswing. He just tries to hit a line drive through the hole somewhere. Hits it extremely hard, and that's a frustrating at bat.
And you can see at third base, Goldschmidt throws his head back in disgust. Because it wasn't just right at Alvarez, it was a nice play by Alvarez, too. Filling it at third base. So here's Grisham. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 1-0 count. One and one. Grisham with a double and 4 at bats. Also reached on an E3 and picked up an RBI. Got 34 ribbies on the season. Looking to pick up a couple right here. He'll take one. 8-8 game, top of the 9th. High fly ball, right field. Acuna back on the track, at the wall. See ya! A grand slam for Grisham. And the Yankees have come all the way back, and they take a 12-8 lead.
You look at the at-bats in this 9th inning, they've all been great. They've taken their walks. They've hit the ball hard off of Iglesias, who has been on a roll. He hung him a slider up in the zone. Probably went to his 3rd best pitch, and he got beat bad. '17th home run, his 14th off of right-handers. What a big hit for the Yankees.
There's Volpe, and there's a strike.
Here it is, Michael. Hang, hang, hang. Thigh-high balls in the middle of the plate get hit hard at this level. And he knew it right when he hit it. What's the reaction of his teammates? See Stanton putting his hand up, running around the bases. I mean, that's big.
And Volpe down on strikes, but the Yankees score 4 runs in the 9th inning. They were down 5-0 in this game, and they've come all the way back. And the blow that gives them the lead is off the bat of Trent Grisham. A long home run, a grand slam. Yankees up by 4. It's been a constant climb the entire game, but one swing finally gave the Yankees the lead.
Yeah, this is a ball that's hit really hard by Trent Grisham. Another good night for him. A double earlier, a walk. I mean, he has had a really good night, and he's been so big for the Yankees. You think about, they weren't able to win this game, and they still got to get 3 more outs. But fighting all the way back and not being able to win a game like this is really demoralizing. You get Jazz Chisholm before that, hits a bullet to the third baseman. They don't get rewarded. Look at the bench. Look how excited they are. Wow, that's a big, big hit for the Yankees.
He's had a lot of big hits, and that home run for Grisham is a new career high.
17.
So Devin Williams will try to close it out. 4-run lead. It's not a save, but the Yankees need him to get these outs. One and one.
Brilliant work by Luke Weaver, getting out of the bottom of the 7th. See the career home runs for Trent Grisham.
Last time the Yankees had a go-ahead grand slam in the 9th inning or later, it was a Stanton walk-off on September 20th of 2022 against Pittsburgh. Two and two. So as uplifting a win as this would be for the Yankees, and they still have to get these 3 outs, Joe, it would be a demoralizing loss for the Braves, who were trying to piece it together in a bullpen game. Looked like they were going to do it, but at the end, it just didn't work.
And Joey Wentz, supposed to give him 50 pitches, gave him 4 strong innings. They didn't give up a run. And it's a club that's teetering on probably selling or buying. And I still think they're a seller because of all the injuries to the starting pitchers. They've lost 4 of their 5 top starters. May not get back some of them at all.
And that's a walk to Murphy. So the Braves are not done yet. Now let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam, and we had it on the home runs today, Joe.
Well, the first one came from Volpe to get him somewhat back in the game. It made it 5-2, and you thought, hey, maybe. And here's one Belly that made it 8-7. And I thought, okay, here they come again. And then Volpe hits his second home run to tie up the game 8-8. And then Trent Grisham. Oh, boy. That one might have been to Buffalo, too. That might have been Syracuse.
So here is Albies. Runner at first, nobody out. And there's a fastball strike. And if you're wondering, the Yankees' last 5 innings, Joe, 2 runs, 4 runs, 1 run, 1 run, 4 runs. And that's the zip code for Martinsville, Virginia.
Oh, home of there's a racetrack there, Michael, NASCAR. Speaking of that, the Braves are playing who? The Reds? In the racetrack in Bristol, Connecticut?
Yeah, that's going to be amazing.
Bristol, Tennessee. Expecting 100,000 fans, possibly?
The 0-2. 1-2. Albies with 5 RBIs tonight. He's had 9 against the Yankees in the first 2 games. Twelve, 11-0 Yanks. 8-9-1 for the Braves. Fouled away.
Aaron Boone probably thinking, okay, Devin, we need you to be economical because we may not have Luke tomorrow, and we need you to close this game out. Going to need you to close one out tomorrow, so let's get some quick outs here.
Like that. 1 away.
You got a quick turnaround tomorrow, a day game. Good fastball up in zone after a number of changeups. Beat him. And I think that fastball, it's so important for him to be able to throw just a few strikes with his fastball, especially on the first base side, because it seems that he pulls them a lot of times on right-handed hitters. And when he does that, his changeup is devastating.
And a strike to Nacho Alvarez Jr. 1 for 3 and hit by a pitch. Also scored a run. That one is ripped into left field. Going back, Bellinger. It's going to be over his head and go all the way to the wall. Murphy will stop at third. It's a double for Alvarez, and the Braves not giving up.
Fastball up in the zone. Alvarez has had some pretty good swings tonight. Second line drive, base hit. As you said, he was hit by a pitch too, Michael. The young man might be starting to get a little bit comfortable here, and they love this kid, the number 3 prospect in their system.
So that's going to bring up Michael Harris II. Coming out on deck is Marcell Ozuna. Yankees, of course, play the infield back, second and third, one man out. Now, his money pitches the change, but you've been saying, Joe, Harris has had a lot of trouble with fastball.
Yeah, he's had a lot of trouble. He's been late. I mean, the balls that we've seen him hit, the fastballs, they have been in the third base stands on the side there, and he's only hitting about 200 against fastballs this year. But as Coney would say, whose slider or whose changeup?
Well, it's going to get a run in, but the Yankees get an all-important out. It's now 12-9 as Murphy scores. Alvarez moves to third. Harris picks up a ribby, but the Yankees are an out away. Now, Devin Williams has been calling his own pitches. He said this to the Daily News on June 20th. I wasn't comfortable with the way the game was being called, so instead of, I don't know, trying to make other people see what I'm seeing, took it into my own hands, and it's been good since.
Well, when you call your own pitches, you're going to have conviction in what you call, or you shouldn't be calling it at all. So, I mean, a lot of times, pitchers should have somewhat of a feel, especially with someone with his experience. Some pitchers just don't like to do it, but you know at least there's conviction in the pitch that he's throwing.
Here's Ozuna pinch hitting for Allen.
So much for that. Yeah, he has a hip problem, Michael, that has really affected him. He started off the year great, had a wonderful year last year and the year before, but he has a hip issue. He said it won't be fixed until the offseason.
Yankees a strike away.
And he's really had trouble with off speed, and he has not been able to pull the ball, which tells me he can't fire off that backside as well as he used to.
A lot of Yankee fans in this crowd looking for the final strike, the final out. Runner at third, 2 outs. Grounded foul. What a crazy game. Yankees 12 runs, 11 hits. The Braves 9 runs and 10 hits. Williams, the 6th Yankee pitcher. Will Warren started. 1-2. Warren, then Hill, Efros, Loaizaga. Weaver did some big work, and then Williams now.
I would think at some point, Michael, he might need to show him a fastball because it looks like he's getting more comfortable with his takes on the changeup. Just to give him something else to think about.
1-2. Swing and a miss, got him. Ball game is over. The Yankees come back, a thrilling victory. 4 home runs, and they beat the Braves 12-9.
Well, probably one of the best wins all year, Michael, after being down 5-0. Getting Volpe, who had 2 home runs, getting him going. The big home run by Trent Grisham. Their ability to fight back. Luke Weaver throwing an outstanding inning in a third. And just a really good ball game for the Yankees to win.
And what a big home run for Trent Grisham. A grand slam, a career high 17th home run. The team was down 5-0, 7-2. and they pull this one out 12-9. Big day for Volpe. A big home run for Bellinger, but the biggest home run off the bat of that man, Trent Grisham. A grand slam in the top of the 9th inning, and the Yankees hold off the Braves 12-9 to even the series at a game apiece. Awards